Hello, welcome to the Pisces full moon. So we have the Pisces full moon. It is at 17 degrees of Pisces and with Neptune. Now, every year when we have a Pisces full moon, it is about connecting to unconditional love. It is about understanding compassion. There's this desire for acceptance and to do something significant and meaningful that contributes, that is outside of yourself. It is a time where you may feel more deeply because you can feel the essence of the suffering on the planet. The veil between the worlds become thinner at this time. So your dreams can be more pronounced. Your intuition, the sense that something is there, is stronger. You can feel and pick up other people's energy in a deeper way. And also, when we have a full moon, it reflects back to the new moon. And you can say, oh, does it reflect back to the previous new moon? Yes. But the essence of Pisces, if you think about the spirit of Pisces, the new moon in Pisces, which was in March, there's always a really strong beginning seed about the Pisces area of your life, which is creation, meditation, visualization, the ideal, your dream. What are your dreams? So you always have that as a very strong setting point. And the last new moon that we had in Pisces had Jupiter with it. And so if you reflect back to March, did you have some dreams, visions, aspirations, your ideals to grow, to expand? And now with the Pisces full moon, there's a sense of how much have you done or not done, and what's next for you. Now, this particular full moon is quite complicated, I would say. You know, it has a lot of other planets that are intimately connected with it. So the moon at 17, close to 18 Pisces, is vibrating with the planet Uranus and Taurus at 18 of Uranus and Taurus at 18. It's very close, sextile. Uranus is the awakener. It wants to awaken us. It wants change. It wants to shake us out of the norm and do something different. And of course, if Uranus is sextile the moon, it is trine the sun over there in Earth sign Virgo. And so there is an element of anything that you want to do that is Virgo oriented, getting your systems in place, getting your routine, getting back to maybe as a jump start again on, I really need to take care of myself. Let me be healthy, right? What do I want to? We do have the Mercury retrograde right now, and Mercury rules Virgo. What do I want to know? What do I want to learn? It's a very mercurial thing. Who do I want to communicate with? So that energy is part of this mix. Now, included with this full moon energy is the fact that the planet Uranus is square Saturn. Saturn's at 20 degrees of Aquarius. We had Saturn-Uranus square throughout the pandemic, very strong. And now it's coming back. It will be here in October too. And in essence, on a personal level, it is the Uranian desire to break free, to awaken, to do something different, to go one's own path, to have that sense of freedom. And this Saturn energy is like, well, this is what I've been committed to. So it is a tension energy between where we could desire, where we are right now, and whatever desire we may have for our own personal freedom. Oh, this feels more free to me. Or expansion, or something different, something new. Versus the Saturn, well, these are my commitments. Well, I do have rent to pay. I do have this, I do have that, right? And so there can be this conflict between, even if it's something not such a big deal, even if it's something such as, I really wish I could do XYZ, but does my budget, here's my Saturn, here's my other responsibilities, where do I do it from, right? And it could be something as huge as, I want to quit my job, Saturn, and have the freedom to do my own thing. So there's this tension about trying to, put it into place, figure it out. Now, this Mercury retrograde goes retrograde from Libra, and Venus right now is in Virgo. They are what's called a mutual reception because they're in each other's signs. Mercury rules Virgo, but Mercury's over there in Libra. Venus rules Libra, but she's over there in Virgo. So there's this energy of working together. Working together how? Between your thoughts, your ideas can come up to be able to put your Virgo plans, ideas about health and your work and your routine in place. Now, what about Mars? Well, you might think like, well, Mars is at 11 degrees and, well, the moon's at 17. Is it such a big deal? On some level, not exactly. However, you may or may not know that Mars will go retrograde this year, which means it's going to spend a long, like 8.5 months in the sign of Gemini. Mars wants action. Gemini is thinking. Gemini is also the twins. So we can feel torn apart or, be of two minds. Well, I want to do this or I want to do that. That action oriented, which is fine, right? And many times it can be juggling two things. I have my day job and then I have this creative thing or this other thing that I love to spend some time on and do things with. That's fine. However, Mars is in a way that you can't see super clearly, but is connected with Pluto. And when Mars and Pluto get together, they can be troublemakers because Pluto and Mars, when they're together, they can stir up whatever's been underneath the surface that you've been holding on to, where you're frustrated, where you're angry, where you're just plain old enraged. And so they have this little bit of the volcanic eruption energy. So on one hand, with the moon is this beautiful, compassionate, unconditional love. How do I get in touch with that? Beautiful energy. But the shadow side of Pisces is feeling, it can be victimhood, right? It's like, oh my gosh, why me? And then this undercurrent of that Pluto Mars vibe, it's a tricky combination. What does it mean? Get in touch with your emotions and allow yourself to have unconditional compassion for yourself. So, and there's that sense of release. What can you release? Mars and Pluto together, that really healthy side is to have something you can feel very, I just got to get this done. So, because Pluto has a part of it, it's part of what Pluto thinks is a cool thing is like a little bit of an obsession over something, concentration over something. Concentration's a quote unquote nicer word, but that, one-mindedness that's necessary. I'm going to get this done no matter what. Get out of my way. Nothing else is important. Really single-mindedness. So a healthy way to use this energy is to find a project, something you really feel like, I want to get this done no matter what, and then use that Mars energy with it. It's like, no, don't disturb me. I am going to get this, I have this thing that I want to do, and I'm just going to focus my time on it. Because Mars Pluto together is also very physical. So that can be going for a hike or whatever it is, physical energy. Maybe you like to garden or whatever it can be. So this is one of the things I would say about this is like, how can you use this energy? All the things I've already said, but also perhaps reflect back to the March time when we had the Pisces new moon, and now we have the full moon. And even if you don't remember exactly what was going on, know that there was some energy last March where the universe wanted us to get in touch with a belief in ourselves, a faith, having faith that something great can be around the corner. Something great can happen. That Jupiter expansion, having faith in the Piscean ideal of what it could be, what you would consider, what's my fantasy? What's my ideal? And then reflect on that. See if there is some Plutonian Mars focus energy of action that you can take, and become very aware of if there is a discord within yourself between the Saturnian, which can be those words of, oh, I have to, or I should, or I'm right, that heavier responsibility vibe, versus that desire of Uranian energy of, just let it go and just go do what you want in the moment. Finding that balance, and then also finding that way to work through cooperation of Venus and Mercury, thinking things through. And a lot of times this energy, this particular one about the mutual reception between the Venus and Virgo and Mercury and Libra, is saying that if you feel overwhelmed or it's like, oh, this is just so much, that there can be this thought process that says, well, what is one little thing that I can do? What is one little thing that I can do